What's up guys, I'm Adam Jones. We're back in my garage today. So seeing as how 2021 is over and 2022 is fast approaching, what I'm going to do is take you guys on a little guide to what I do to get my freestyle bikes ready for an upcoming season. Most of the time freestyle bikes last forever. This right here is a 2017, still runs amazing. Like, we don't beat them up going second gear medium off ramps all year long. So they don't really take too much of a thrashing, but there's lots of stuff you got to do to get them looking good, riding good, and feeling good for the 2022 season. So over the next video or two, don't know how many it's going to be, I'm going to show you guys what I do and in preparation for the upcoming season. So let's get into it. Sweet. So first things first, it's winter time. I got this tiny little house I live in now. Garage is not insulated very well. It's freezing in here, so we're going to crank up the propane heater for 5 minutes. That way I can shed the jacket. Feel like I can actually feel my fingers and move around. Oh, before I do that. So if you look around my garage as well, you see there's bikes and crap everywhere. This time of year, I've gotten myself into way too many projects. This is Link 65. He blew it up, so we're framing it, painting it. I've been working on Ray Ray's PW. Blair's bike's gonna get some new throttle cables. Kimberly's bike's been getting a cleanup and a revamp. It just seems like bike work season is just what's upon us right now. So lots to do in the garage. Let's fire up this heater and get at it. I need a shop. Someday, maybe I'll win the lottery. Woo! All right, so I got a whole pile of stuff right here. Everything that's on the floor is going to magically end up on the bike. I'm gonna start with basically the easiest stuff first because, you know, I'm feeling lazy today. I'm gonna work on just the way the bike works, or looks I mean. I'm gonna change the tank covers, the bars, the grips, start peeling off my graphics because I'm gonna have to replace those. I'm gonna get the general pretty stuff done, and then I'll get into the actual bike. So anyways, a lot of people ask me how this works. They ask how I have a white tank. Yamaha's only come with blue tanks, so everybody's baffled by it. How do you get a white tank or a black tank or whatever color? So there's a guy on Instagram, it's tribalstar_, Insta. He's a Japanese dude that makes these tank covers. So as you can see, I bought a couple more of these, and these things are mega sweet. Dude does it, whoo, you can smell them all right. Yeah, he makes these covers and then he paints them and they work freaking awesome. So here's what we got. We're gonna pull all that stuff off and then you basically just bolt this on under the shrouds, put the seat on over it, and you can't even tell. Bike actually only got one tour of use, all the plastic and everything. Only went on one tour, so to be honest with you, I'm not super worried about putting all brand new plastic on this thing, getting it too dialed in right now. I think it's still got some life left there. Alright, so another thing that's always handy to have for a thing like this is you can buy these little bolt packs from your local bike shop, and it's basically like, these are like the same style bolts that are all over my bike. So for instance, like I lost a radiator shroud bolt on tour, so I had this crappy little 8mm, which, you know, isn't supposed to go in there. So what I'll do is I'll try to find the actual match, which I may have used already somewhere else. But I like to have everything looking the way it should. So when I got the wrong, like, mismatched bolts in there, I don't like that. These things had a good run, but they're going in the garbage. I mean, they're just, if you look right around here, they're cracked up all over the place, all down here. I mean, I got years out of this white set of tank covers. So, awesome product this dude makes. If you're looking to change your tank color or a little thing, that's the dude to talk to. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get our new tanks out. Oh, baby. Maybe. Oh my gosh, okay, something's up there. Oh, there it is. There it is. See, they overlap each other right there on the tank. Yep. Bingo! Ooh. See how I doubt myself? I thought I screwed that up. I didn't. I did perfect. Never cut toward yourself, right? That's only a suggestion. So we got the dudes from Aeromoto. Ooh, hooking it up with some fresh new tank graphics. We've got new graphics for the airbox. As you can see, that gets just hammered during tour. And this is just basic, simple stuff. Like, the easiest thing to do to get your bike ready for the next year is just all the cosmetic stuff. New stickers, new plastics, new whatever you need there. So, pro tip also, like anytime you're gonna put graphics on, always wipe down your plastics or whatever it is you put the graphics on with like a contact cleaner or something like that, because there's typically always some sort of residue that will not allow your graphics to stick the way you want them to. So, wipe that thing down. Next thing I'm gonna do, just because it's simple and it ticks something off the list, that's kind of the way I like to work. Just take all the simple things off the list, and then your list appears way smaller. It's way easier to get to. I'm gonna put a fresh filter on this thing. Gosh, you go through like 2 filters a year riding freestyle, because we don't ride on dirt anymore, hardly ever. I cleaned this bike in the last video I did. I put the filter blocker on. I sprayed a whole bunch of cleaner in the airbox, sprayed it out with the pressure washer, blew it out with the air hose. So my airbox is clean. I was considering taking the whole back of the bike off and like really giving it a clean, but if you look in there, like it looks brand new almost. Like this is the benefit of really not riding on dirt all year long. So I've got a new Uni filter here. The guys at Uni hooked me up. They sent me these pre-oiled filters, which are great because you don't have to oil the filters. But what you have to watch out with these is, if you can see, if they sit for a while, the oil separates and it's all over the bag, it's all over the filter. So old tip my buddy told me back in the day is just get a shop rag and just pat them off. Like get all that real excess oil off of them, because what will happen is it'll actually drip. You know, the gravity will pull down your filter and it'll start leaking into your airbox boot. So I always just give them a quick little pat down. I put them in. Oh, look at that. Yeah. I'd say that's excessive oil. Do not over oil your filter. Look at that. That's what you want to get off. Like that will end up in your air boot if you don't just pat it dry before you put it on. Nothing like a shiny, new, red Uni filter. I just think it pops in the airbox when you get these grab holes and you can just see that bright red, like, fresh Uni filter. I don't know, it's just one of those silly little things that I think looks sick. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to check on, might have to replace, might not, is this. So this is on my subframe. Subframes for the old Yamahas are customized, as you can see. And I use a tennis racket grip for my grabs. I used to run grip tape on here, and grip tape, when you grab it and you're constantly just that little bit of friction, you would just tear holes in the fingers of your gloves like all the time. You go through a pair of gloves in a month, which is insane. So this is a tennis racket grip right here, and it works amazing. The only problem that I have with it, so I was gonna check it and make sure, like, you know, it hasn't wore down or anything by any means. So I don't really think it needs replaced. The only thing is it doesn't stick so well after a while. So what I've been doing is just taking like a strip of like electrical tape or something around the very edge of it, which will just, if you can just hold down that edge of it, it won't go anywhere. So this stuff is like, if you're trying to get some grab holes dialed in, tennis racket grip it's where it's at. This little piece of tape right here, see how it's loose right there? Got a little bit of extra. All Nitro Tour. This little bit of loose tape was just bugging the shit out of me, but I never took my seat off just to take that piece of tape off. So it's finally time, baby. We fixing it.
That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm off in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the game, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post to say now, I've been humble too long. Tell them all to stay calm, tell them all to move on. Fucking my post to say now, they be lost in the sauce. Took a loss, that's your loss, had to get my point across.
Heard the lasers talking at it, we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch them know that I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it, had to tell them they could blow mine. Lights, camera, action, ayy, shows.
I'm smoking that dope from Edmond. We the new meth in Redmond. We ain't real blood, but we bright drinks. Run up a check and it's pending. She talking my news, we'll send them. Fuck with the fam, you a dead man. Jesus, peace on my pendant. And we still independent. ISO, yeah, we trending. Watch what you say, don't offend them. They keeping it real, they commend them. People like get your wife pregnant, but I ain't trying to be dependent. I need money, never ending. I'm talking 100%. I need the only you rent it.
Nothing really wants to line up.
Step in the spotty and watch how they panic. Yeah, we the duo, you know we dynamic. When we outside, we be stopping the traffic. Breaking their necks, get me upset. How them boys doing more when they got less? How they on this and how they on that? How they got this and how they got that? Too busy watching us, they need to stop that. Talking my shit, you know we gon' pop that. See it, I like it, yeah, I'm gon' cop that. When we on top, how you on top that? Nah, you ain't got nothing on us. I'm steady calling your bluff. Pass me the slug, need me a puff. You don't want smoke, tell them that's tough. Yeah, yeah.
Comes out, you place your foot under it, and you can use it for certain
we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch them know that I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it, had to tell them they could blow mine. Lights, camera, action, ayy, shows.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the game, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post to say now, I've been humble too long. Tell them all to stay calm, tell them all to move on. Fucking my post to say now, they be lost in the sauce. Took a loss, that's your loss, had to get my point across.
And then because I have so much room, I just pull my foot out. It just comes straight out, right? So like, if it was clamped in, you'd have to try to weasel your foot out, but I keep it light so I can just pick up into it and then slide out. So that's what I use that for. This thing's functioning perfectly right now. No need to mess with that. So on to the next thing. Look at that, we're just ticking stuff off the list right now. Next thing. I don't know.